Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to February 13th, 2022. And I want to thank you for joining us here on the Daily Positivity Boost. And today we are celebrating a really fun day. We are celebrating World Radio Day. That's right. World Radio Day was, if you think about it, radio was something that most people did not know, right? And it was a lot of our young generation have no idea outside of a radio in a car. And for those of us who are children of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, we all know that the radio was something that plugged us into the world. So let's talk a little bit about history, what exactly the radio is and how we can celebrate. So in 1870, James Clerk Maxwell, he proved the existence of electromagnetic waves using mathematics. In 1887, Henrik Hertz, he proved that the physical existence of radio waves, and he showed that mathematically, and we still refer to bandwidths as hertz because of this. In 1894, Guglielmo Marconi invented the first practical radio device, and he managed to send a signal over a distance of about 2 kilometers and realized the possibility of this system for maritime communications. Because you got to remember, back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, right? But definitely during the 1890s, signals were used. They either used flags or they used lights with different, Morse code that they would transmit from ship to ship. So he demonstrated this to Italian authorities. Italian authorities went, yeah, it doesn't really, not that big a deal. We don't care about that. So what did he do? Excuse me. He crosses the channel, moved to England, and he set up shop there. In 1897, Marconi set up a link spanning 14 kilometers of the Bristol Channel. And then in 1899, Marconi steadily increased the range of his wireless system. And in the spring of that year, the first link was set up across the English Channel, and that was between the existence of the South Foreland in England and then a station in near Boulogne, France. So in 1901, the first transatlantic transmission occurred. In 1920, early broadcasts by the Marconi Company began to occur. And later that year, the British Broadcasting Company, or BBC, was formed. 1934, frequency modulation, to us known as FM, is a wideband radio, was created, and it's what most of us are used to today. So on Monday, September 20th, 2010, Spain proposed the World Radio Day. In 2011, World Radio Day was born. And on Monday, February 13th, 2012, the first Radio Day was hosted by the University of Pisa in Italy. So a few stats about the radio. The most powerful radio station is WLW. It's a 700 kilohertz AM channel in Cincinnati, Ohio. And it was able, during the nighttime, to cover half of the globe. Kind of amazing. A lot of ham radio operators still use their radios to transmit all over the world to communicate with other people. So then Voice of America, which was a World War II era shortwave transmission station that allowed to transmit our American message, was operating. And the last one, it was in Delano, California. And that closed in September of 2007. And in the 80s, we're so used to going online and downloading a game, whether it's on your computer or your Xbox or your PS3. Well, think about this. In the 1980s, they used sound broadcast over radio, and they had listeners who were able to, at a specific time, record a message that they heard over a radio to a cassette tape, load that up to their computers, and it was a downloadable video game. Kind of cool when you think back that was about 40 some odd years ago, and they were using the radio to do that. And there was a poll done of radio stations with more than 3,500 music lovers in 2005, and they created rock's ultimate supergroups. And the best musicians were selected based on their instrument, and the winner ended up being Led Zeppelin. So on Thursday, September 28th, 2006, the City Council of Reykjavik agreed to switch off all city lights for a half hour while an astronomer talked about the constellations and the stars over national radio. Kind of a cool concept. Wouldn't it be cool if we could get more places to do that, where turn off the lights, actually get to be able to see the stars and then listen and learn about the constellations? And a great instance was made by to the Japanese people, and the first time they heard their emperor's voice was when he announced over radio that Japan had surrendered during World War II. So how can you celebrate today? Well, there are events going on all over the world. Listen to your local radio station and find out what's going on in your neck of the woods. You can also look online and see what's going on. And why don't you host a radio-only party? That's right. Have people come over, shut everything down, make sure that everybody turns off their cell phones, put them in a basket so nobody can get to them, and listen to the radio. It could be pretty amazing. Or how about you do this? Listen to the original War of the Worlds. This is a past radio broadcast that was a fictional drama that was played over the radio. It's happened on Sunday, October 30th, 1938, and CBS broadcasted this drama, War of the Worlds. It was intended as a Halloween prank, but unfortunately, not everybody heard the part of the fictional drama, and many people believe Earth was truly being invaded by Martians. And chaos erupted in many city streets, and that just shows you the power of the radio, how it used to be. So, as always, I'm going to ask that you take a photo of whatever it is that you're doing today, share it with us on your favorite social media. Make sure you add that hashtag. Hashtag DPB World Radio 2022. That's right. Hashtag DPB World Radio 2022. And thanks for tuning in for another episode of the Daily Positivity Boost. And I look forward to sharing another story with you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.